check and mate. Great job, Pam Bondi. Anyway, here with reaction, Texas Senator Ted Cruz. The fact that California, you know, they adopt all these environmental laws that prevent the basic science of forestry. It results in a disaster. They elect people like this idiot, a congenital liar, conspiracy theorist, and Pam Bondi. You're the one that got censored by Congress for the very same thing that you're bringing up here. You know what's interesting to me, Senator? It seems that the very thing that they fear is what they did knowingly, that they knew was wrong, and that was weaponizing the DOJ. Now, all of a sudden, they're concerned about, you know, equal justice and equal application of our laws. It's laughable to me, but Pam Bondi gave the correct answer. Equal justice under the law, equal application of our laws. Your reaction?
I think that's exactly right. Pam Bondi did a terrific job today. Pam Bondi is going to be confirmed as Attorney General. I believe all of President Trump's nominees for the cabinet are going to be confirmed. And actually this week, we've had multiple hearings for about half the cabinet already, and they have performed consistently very, very well. Pete Hegseth yesterday did a superb job. I think he'll be confirmed for Secretary of Defense. And I got to seeing the Democrats go after Pete, seeing the Democrats go after Pam, they are in panic, but you can tell from their attacks. With Pete Hegseth, they went into personal slanders and attacks based on anonymous reports because they didn't want to address the substantive job he will do as Secretary of Defense. With Pam Bondi, they had very little to say about her long distinguished career as a prosecutor, trying violent criminals, serving 8 years as the elected Attorney General of Florida. They couldn't talk about any of that, so they just screamed about Donald Trump. And they channeled accusations to her about weaponizing DOJ that I think are frankly laughable, because in many ways the most disgraceful aspect of the last 4 years under Joe Biden has been the absolute politicization and weaponization of the Department of Justice to go after Donald Trump, to go after Biden's enemies, to protect Biden's political allies. And I believe Pam Bondi is going to come in and restore integrity to the Department of Justice. What she made clear, what I and others made clear at the hearing, is I don't want to see a Republican Department of Justice or a Democrat Department of Justice. I want a Department of Justice that follows the damn law regardless of party, and I believe that's exactly what Pam Bondi's going to do.
Okay. I was talking to Speaker Johnson a moment ago, and I know that while I would like to get one bill and get the economy moving, get everything fixed at once, that would be my desire. I understand there are strong arguments on both sides for either one big, beautiful bill or two bills. I don't think there is consensus yet. It looks like the House has decided to go with the one bill strategy. You have maybe thought it would work better in the Senate for two. I don't think either one is right and wrong, as long as it all gets done, and hopefully done, you know, as early as possible. Where are you at this point on that issue?
Well, listen, you're right that there is a tactical disagreement between the House and Senate. The Speaker has argued for doing one bill. I think it is much more likely to succeed doing two different bills. I got to tell you, just about every senator agrees that two bills maximizes the chances of success. At the end of the day, we'll resolve those questions. I think what the American people want and expect is that we deliver results. There's a mandate that came in November. There's a mandate to secure the border. We got to secure the border. There's a mandate to bring back jobs, to unleash American energy, to lower inflation. There's a mandate to protect this country. We're going to do all of that. We're going to extend the Trump tax cuts. We're going to repeal job-killing regulations. And at the end of the day, whether we do one bill or two, we will get the job done. And I'll tell you, I think every Republican in the Senate is committed to doing that, and I think every Republican in the House is as well. We're going to work hand in hand with the president, and now is the time for us to roll up our sleeves and deliver on our promises, because the stakes are too high to do anything else.
Are you that convinced that every part of the Trump agenda, whether one bill or two bills, will be passed, let's say, by Memorial Day, the latest?
Well, look, I think if we try to do one giant bill, I think we increase the chances of failure. That's why I think that is a mistaken strategy, because the more complicated it gets. Listen, a few weeks ago, we had a continuing resolution that was widely criticized for being too big. And now folks are suggesting, well, let's have the biggest bill, just cram everything in there. I think that is risky. What I think makes sense is start with a bill to secure the border, to rebuild our military, and to unleash energy. We can get widespread agreement on that. And then later, let's extend the tax cuts and unleash the American economy. Again, I think we can come together and avoid a $4 trillion tax increase. Whatever tactic we use, we've got to deliver results. That's my focus.
I think it is critical that that part get done sooner than later, the economy get put on track sooner than later, because that will impact certainly the midterm elections. Reagan, I felt, got his economic policies in place a little late. I think, unfortunately, that delayed the recovery, but what a massive recovery we had. 21 million new jobs created, longest period of peacetime economic growth. These policies implemented, getting done, have to be critical. I hope everyone stays on the same page. Senator Cruz, thank you. We appreciate it. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.